Hello, it is I, again, with more wisdom and knowledge. Or more random bullshit. Depends how one wants to look at it. Oh dear. So, today, I have been talking to my spirit guides. And we have been talking about a lot of different things, but mainly about what we see in the world at the moment and how it is not going back to normal. I would do both hands, but one's holding the phone. But bear with me. Anyway, so this is, as I have said in another video, like the beginning of the Great Awakening, where people wake up and see that there is more to this reality than we realize or we know. And I was kind of sat a minute ago just questioning my guides and kind of going over some of my experiences, because I've had a lot of very strange experiences since I woke up. And I was questioning those, and I'm like, am I going crazy or is this legit? And they're like, well, what do you think? And I'm like, well, you know, I think it's legit. Like, I think that from what I can see in the world and what I have experienced, that this is really happening. We are beginning to see the breakdown of the 3D matrix. So that reality, we're beginning to see it breaking down, as I've like spoken about in other videos, that kind of reality. This is like beginning to see it breaking down. This is how we get from one place to another, from one reality to a new paradigm, how everything shifts and changes. This is how we see it happening. And I can see it happening, like from what I'm looking at, and I'm like, are things going to go back to normal? And it's like they're not going to go back to normal, because normal wasn't normal anyway. Normal's only normal if you're kind of privileged and blessed to have incarnated into a certain lifestyle and a certain group of people on the planet. For other people on the planet, life has not been fucking normal. There is no normal for them. It's quite painful. It's not fun. It's, you know, slavery and things like that still exist a lot in the world, and that, but the world isn't as it could be or how it should be. I mean, it is how it should be, because it should be like this, because this is what we've all kind of created over years and years and years and years of like creating reality from a certain perspective, and this is what we've created. So it is exactly how it should be, but at the same time we're waking up and it's like, right, I think we can do better than this. I think we can do better than this. I'm not alone in thinking that we can do better than this. We can definitely do better than this. Like, the world is a total clusterfuck. We can do better than that. We can do better than that. We all know we can. There are, like, we could do so many things differently and that. And now is the time when we will see that change. It's manifesting into reality, because you have these people that have come here to create the change. That is their mission. That is their purpose. That is why they're here. They can't remember it, but they like, you know, they know that they're here for a reason, or they don't know that they're here for a reason, but they're like, we need change. Like, this needs to change. This is ridiculous. This is bullshit. like, you know, this isn't fucking working, this is horrible, like, you know, this world is not a fair place, it's not a good place, it's really, really shit. You know, we can do a lot better than that. And it's that kind of waking up on that level for them that will create the change. Other people have woken up on other levels, and it's like when everyone is unified and calling for the same thing, that is what creates the change. That is what creates it. It manifests because so many are unified and they are calling for it to happen. Doesn't matter whether they are aware. They don't have to be aware of what they're doing to create it. They just know that there needs to be change. I've heard a lot of people saying that it's like they're living in a film. I'm like, oh my god, you want to see the past 5 years of my life? Like, I was telling my parents things as they were coming up, and they're like, you could write a book, or like, this could be a film, and I'm like, I fucking know, it's just ridiculous. And I'm like, I literally could not make this stuff up. Like, there's no way it's come from me. Like, I'm not making this up. Like, this is genuinely happening. This is genuinely what I'm going through. This is like the messages that are coming through me that I'm like channeling out, but I'm not channeling in the sense that other people channel information out. I'm like a conduit, so it kind of goes in and then I process it and then it comes out. Because I don't like channeling, because I channeled something before and it was fucking weird and I didn't like it. So I was like, fine, I'll be a divine conduit. That for me is a lot better, and then I get to ask my questions and I get to question everything, and then I get the answers. And like, I'm not saying that all my answers make sense, and I'm not saying that all my answers are going to come true or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, you know, this is what I'm seeing now. You know, this is how I'm seeing things unfolding with the visions that I have had about reality and things like that. They might be bullshit, right? They might be bullshit. I will admit when I am wrong. I do not give a shit if I am wrong. I'd rather be putting out information to help people going through similar and be wrong than not doing anything and still be wrong. You know, it's like just trying to do my best and trying to, you know, channel through some of this information that I'm getting through. And I'm seeing that a lot of this kind of 3D world that I've been talking about, the Matrix reality, is going to be breaking down. And it's going to be breaking down for a reason, and it's what is created through the breaking down of that reality. It's like, okay, you can look at it from two different perspectives. One is, fuck, the world is fucking crazy and everything's really fucked up. This is really, really bad. This is so bad. Oh my god, this is fucking awful. This is so bad. This is so fucking awful. Or you can look at it through an expanded state and be like, yes, this is breaking down. These old systems that have been in place for a very fucking long time are breaking down, and people are breaking free of that reality. They are breaking out of this monkey mind reality, and that, like, they have to create better. They have to be more aware. They have to be different in how they're approaching things, because if they're not, then they're just going around in circles and they're just creating the same shit over and over and over again for themselves. So they have to look at what they're creating and how they're creating it, and change the way that they kind of like act and react and things like that. Like now, again, I will have to use myself as an example. I'm going through it with my bar. It does not have many customers and I am pissed off. I am frustrated. I am so frustrated. I am so pissed off. But I know that there is no point in me attacking John over this. There is no point. I will gain nothing from doing that. All I will do is aggravate him and he will attack me back, and I don't need that. I don't want that. I don't need that. So I am having to kind of work things through differently and change myself. And this is a big thing, is changing the way that you behave and you react. That is how the world changes, is through the individual. It is the individual that changes reality. It starts with one person, then another person, then another person, and each individual that chooses differently and chooses to be different and chooses to be the highest possible version of themselves and not react, but be in a place of calm and knowing. And I know it's easy for me to say because I've had all these visions and everything like that, so being in that place of calm and knowing for me is okay, because I know that this is all happening for a reason. I know that things are going to be okay. We're just going to have to go through whatever we're going to go through now. We are going to move through it. It is unavoidable. This is how the change is created in the world, is going through whatever we are going to go through next. Whatever it looks like for this 3D matrix reality to start breaking down. And I can see through a number of channels that I watch on YouTube that it is coming out more and more, and those channels are gaining in popularity, and more people are kind of listening and kind of like, you know, taking on board things, and it's changing the way that they think and the way that they feel and everything like that. And you know, so my reality from 5 years ago is now manifesting into our reality. And I did say this to my parents 5 years ago, or 3 years ago. I said, you're going to be in my reality, because they're listening to me and they're listening to all the shit that I'm coming out with, and they're like, you're fucking crazy, you're fucking nuts, like, you know, this is like fucking bullshit. And I'm like, you're gonna be in my reality. This is my reality is so different from your reality, but you are going to be in my reality. And as we kind of go along through this whole sort of system failure, and that is becoming more and more my reality. Like things that I was saying when I first woke up and everything like that are becoming the new sort of normal. And like people thinking that sort of way is becoming more and more the new normal. And that, so it's no longer like I have to try and fit into everyone else's reality. It's like, you know, theirs is shifting and changing into mine. And so I'm like, you know, where before I was kind of questioning everything and I was like, oh my god, I'm fucking insane, I'm crazy, I'm losing my mind. Now I can see that reality unfolding and coming into everyone else's reality. And I totally get why everyone doesn't wake up in the same way that I woke up. I can totally get why that doesn't happen, because oh my god, not good.